CAU.
If you're trying to grow your business and add diversity,
What you do?
hit up Client Attraction University. When it comes to getting clients, you face adversity. You need to hit up Client Attraction University. Client Attraction, Client Attraction, Client Attraction, Client Attraction University. Client Attraction University.
Client Attraction University, $250 million in revenue for coaches, consultants, and service providers all across the globe. And that number is growing as you listen to this. Want more clients, profit, freedom, and impact? Go to paidadplaybook.com.
If you're trying to grow your business and add diversity,
What you do?
hit up Client Attraction University. When it comes to getting clients, you face adversity. You need to hit up Client Attraction University.
Paidadplaybook.com. That's PAID ad playbook.com. Hey, what's up, my friend, Dr. Mark Corey Russell, the king of client attraction, and welcome to this brand new episode of School of Client Attraction. So let me ask you a quick question. How would you like to know step by step exactly how to create consistent $50,000 months? Well, in today's episode of the School of Client Attraction, our president of communications, Rochelle Shaw, she's going to be interviewing Miss Shanoria Walker, the queen of wife coaching, and she's going to walk you through step by step how she's been able to consistently, or how she's been able to create a plan where she's on track to consistently create $50,000 months. So we're going to walk you through all this in the episode. Rochelle is amazing at pulling out all the nuggets. So let's go ahead and jump into the episode right now and copious notes. And you're probably going to want to listen to this over and over and over again. All right, let's go ahead and get into it.
Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Rochelle Shaw, president of communications here at Client Attraction University. And y'all know what today is. Do you know what today is? It's my favorite day of the month where I get to interview our rock stars, our clients who are just doing amazing things. And it's my girl, Shanoria is here. Shanoria, welcome. There we go. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody what you do.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me. I am Shanoria, the confident one, known as the queen of wife coaching. And I help women in business actually enjoy the relationship for life and sustain the time it takes to be a wife. And it's such an honor to be a part of CAU. It has been a lifeline for my business. I've been doing this now for 11 years, but I hadn't been really running a business before CAU.
Ooh.
And so it has been.
Tell me more about that. So even helping women be a wife, because we, and especially business owners, and I have truthfully, it's hard to say this, especially recorded on camera, but I have to just tell the truth, right? So I never found a man that I loved more than I loved running my business. So, and until my daughter, I didn't know how to take a break. I didn't know how to really be a wife. So now that I'm a woman of a particular age, I don't think there's a way. I don't think there's a way. So what do you say to us rebels over here?
Yes. Well, first, I say that often we are what we repeatedly do. And so if we repeatedly give of ourselves to our business, then we are most likely going to be very successful business women. That's just the nature of the beast. However, it can be very difficult sometimes to manifest or to create what we didn't see growing up. That's challenging financially, and it's no different relationally. So much of that has to do with our background and our ability to admit that we have to unlearn some habits that are sabotaging us and plant the seeds of the harvest we want to have in our love life. So if you haven't seen it before, it's not a surprise that it's hard to believe that it's possible. But my clients are those who are both spring chickens and my seasoned sisters, and they come through with a willingness to learn that it really all starts with self, because we have to know and love ourselves before we're able to love anybody else. And that business don't care about our self-love. It'll take and take and take. But when it comes to relationship, our level of self-love is crucial. So a lot of times it feels unnatural, almost wrong for our ladies in business to pour so much energy just in themselves for the sake of pouring in themselves. Yeah. But they're mind blown when they see the results in their personal life from having done so. Because the truth is, you teach people how to treat you based upon how you treat yourself. Yeah. So you can be a tool or you can be a treasure. The choice is yours. Your business will take you as a tool all day long, and it'll pump out more and more cash, which we then would equate to success. But in relationship, it's when you treasure yourself that you then attract those who would do the same.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Because I think even in business relationships, I had to learn to put my foot down and go, wait a minute, like this doesn't work for me. Right. Which was, I figured that, I only had one job in my life, and then I bought the company because I said, I just can't do this. Like, what? How many days I got to, and you got to tell me what? No, I just can't do it. But I think that was the part of me kind of realizing that there's possibly, some stuff going on that I don't really like people telling me what to do.
Yeah.
So that in the relationship, that definitely would show up there.
Of course.
I go, ooh, no.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that. And, not allowing my guy to really be the guy. And lead us, right? Because I was like, ooh, well, I'm such a great leader.
Yes.
That I feel like I can lead myself and I don't need you.
And that's true. And you will lead yourself. And honestly, especially depending upon your cultural background, for generations, maybe you had to, maybe your mother had to, maybe grandma had to, right? So we have some muscle memory there. And the truth is, the word submission sometimes goes down real tart. But when we understand who it is we're submitting to, it's often the fact that we're making concessions or we're settling for those that we really don't feel comfortable following their leadership. And that's where a lot of the conflict comes in. Sure. So when you treat yourself the way you want to be treated and put yourself in spaces to be found by someone who's looking for you, then it doesn't feel like robbery to submit to him, because you actually look to him for guidance and leadership, and you admire him, and he values your voice. A man who thinks he has to rule with an iron fist and doesn't value the woman that came from him is a man who doesn't have a lot of guidance, a lot of vision in his life. So I wouldn't want you to submit to that in the first place. Yeah. But I can tell you, as someone that's previously divorced, and then learned a whole lot of lessons and married again now, it's a pleasure and it's an honor to submit to my current husband. But the first one, and when you're out of order, your relationship will be out of order, period.
Oh my gosh. Well, you are doing such important work. And we are so honored that you chose Client Attraction University to really help you scale it and grow to where we want to be. Tell me a little bit about before you got here. Like, how was your business? You've been in business 11 years. So what was going on there?
Honestly, I was running it as a hobby, as a side hustle, because I knew that I lacked the systems that would make the profits predictable. I knew that I lacked a team. I have degrees in business and degrees in counseling and all the certifications and all of that, but actually being able to run a successful business, I knew that I was missing a few critical elements. So it's always been something that I was doing on the side. Initially, it was born out of career coaching, quite frankly, for my employees and my team back when I was a federal employee. And then it started leaning into my actual passion, which was helping with relationships and family counseling. And that's when I finally settled down and said, nope, it's just going to be wife coaching. Either the lady who desires to be or the woman who's on the brink of divorce. Let me help you infuse all this great insight into you. So before CAU, business was, I would say for the time that I was putting in, it was fairly successful because I, again, was not really focused on it, wasn't making it a priority. At the time, my full-time career that was based upon years' work was the full-time priority. So there would maybe be 10K months here and there. I was definitely undercharging simply because I didn't think that women would be willing to invest in themselves at that level, because so many of my clients wouldn't even invest time. So it was certainly a challenge to get them to invest money. And I also had some limiting beliefs myself around time and money that I needed to work through.
Got it.
But since being in CAU, oh my goodness, first of all, everything's virtual now. I no longer have to have a brick and mortar office space, which has been great given the pandemic. But being able to have those leads coming in and being able to have an application process that really helps to screen those leads and being able to have different funnels, not just one sales funnel, but being able to replicate that so that I do have a channel set up for ladies who are not a great fit or maybe aren't ready to invest in themselves to still send them to a channel where they can continue to be nurtured, as well as emails. Before Marquel, I was not effectively using my email list. There were so many things I wasn't effectively doing before Marquel. Now, being in CAU, number one, the systems. The system itself is just a game changer and saves me a lot of time. Okay? Period. Dot.
Period. I agree with you 1000%. It's so many folks think that business is a tool, right? It's finding the right tool. So they'll say, oh, are you on TikTok? So they just jump around instead of, doesn't matter what any of those tactics are. It's the strategy and the system that it comes in this way. It comes through here. They get nurtured. They already find out about you. They already know you so that when they get on the phone with you, they're pre-sold.
That's right.
Is that not the case?
That is the case. That is absolutely the case. As a matter of fact, I even have an option that says, I'm just looking for advice. I think I'm ready, but I need more information. And I'm in now, sis. I'm talking to the I'm in now sisters. Like, let's go. Like, you're ready. You know what it is. Because if you still need some answers, then that means we need to have some more answers going out in our content or in our emails or in our nurturing system so that they can get the answers they're looking for. So that's been priceless. Again, priceless. Sure. But the network, the CAU family, the support, the authenticity, because we're tired of fake. I mean, we tired of that. We tired of the scheme, all of that. Yeah. So it's the real raw family unit that we have in CAU. So wait. Also,
are you saying, Shanoria, that we didn't have you run and go get a photo shoot?
Nah. That's why one eyebrow is looking pretty good and the other one's kind of like holding on.
Look, and the gray is kind of popping.
You know what I'm talking about? No, this is real raw. We didn't even iron the shirt. Okay, this is real raw, uncut. But that's real life. Sometimes business is messy, and if it's always got to be pristine and clean, you're not gonna make it year after year.
No, and you're going to be miserable.
I love that. Plus, again, as I mentioned, I had some limited thinking that I knew I needed to work on. So having coaches who can pull your car, having coaches who can say, hey, you slipping, having coaches who can say, I'm not understanding why we haven't raised the price yet. So having that support has been critical and has enabled me to retire from my federal career and my corporate career and now serve more clients and have greater impact and be moving along a path to license this program and continue the ripple effect. So right now, I'm not just coaching clients, I'm coaching coaches who desire to license and run this same program for more women abroad. So, and we're global. Before CAU, I was not global. I have clients in Nigeria. I have clients in the UK. I have clients in Iceland. Like it's on a whole nother level.
My heart is beaming. I tell you, that's why I love this day where I get to just sit and just listen. We get to meet each other every 6 months, right? And in person, but really like to get down and dirty and to hear what the business is doing is just, I'm just super proud. I'm just super proud of you too. Super proud of you to take the leap. Like what was it that finally made you say, okay, this is the time for me to leave my job? There's a lot of people who do the hokey pokey with it, right? They got one foot in and one foot out or double Dutch. So what made you say this is the time?
It was finding Marquel because I found Marquel, I believe it was maybe like 2020. So the pandemic, which at the time I just had my second child and I was not embracing the idea of going back into the office with so many unknowns. So I had this business that I kind of been running on the side and I was like, okay, well, what we're not going to be able to do is just continue on at the current rate. We need to get it in order if I'm going to resign and actually do this. So finding Marquel made me be able to do, I was out of that position in like 4 to 6 months. It was just, as a matter of fact, I came back from maternity leave and basically just turned everything in. It was like, I'm good, but thanks. And they couldn't believe it. Even amid the great resignation, people who look like me and have put in so many years and blah, 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 just weren't doing that. And they were, but you can work remote, you can do this. But much like you, I was like, I'm good on taking orders from other people. Like, I'm straight on that. And so having Marquel come in, have the system, and I came all the way through. I came through the webinar and then the 3-day and then Inner Circle and then 7-Figure Society, because I was just, it was always more and more value. Yeah. And why not? And so now our 20K months are the baseline. So now I've actually have a team now. So we're a team of 3. And now we're actually aiming this quarter for 50K months to ramp up the ads, to get the retargeting really, really going. And now we have a number of sales calls coming in, and the formula that Marquel gives us apps to actual conversions. So now we're literally on track with everything in place, plus our back office systems in place. So fulfillment and everything, client success going, everything going to be able to hit consistent 50K months. And while that's great financially, it's the transition in my clients' lives that's really made this thing the best decision I've ever made and the most rewarding decision I've ever made. I have 3 wives who are no longer getting a divorce. And I know that number doesn't sound huge, but when you were ready to sign them papers, okay, turning that thing around, 3 in the last 365 days, like that's huge. Huge. Papers getting ripped up. And so one of the great things about my program is we focus a lot on relationships, of course, but really what my clients truly walk away with is 1, certainty about their self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-love, period. But 2, the skills they need to have financial stability and build generational wealth. So they are able to annihilate debt from banking to joke like the top 2% in this country do. So many times women who are in certain predicaments will stay with men because of the financial support. So now my clients who are not married now no longer have that anger. They're truly able to decide, make a decision, who it is that gets to experience their energy based upon what they bring to the table, not just the coins. So that right there, I mean, it gets me out of bed every day. So.
Absolutely. How could it not, right? How could it not? I always ask everybody to say, do you have any message for Andre, Marquel, any parts of the CAU team? Anybody there? You got anything special you want to tell them?
Oh my gosh. Like really love and appreciate each one of you and love the fact that you're not duplicates of one another. Every person's an individual and serves such a critical role and such a critical part in this whole system. And I mean, I've had so many touch points from Sierra and Mike, Dre, and Marquel. It's just been the lifeline that I needed and the lifeline that I prayed for. And so what I would mostly say is just keep pushing and keep leaning forward. As we grow businesses, we know that sometimes we hit a wall, sometimes we plateau, sometimes we break systems and then we got to put it back together. But keep leaning forward because God's clearly got us all. He's going to continue to bless you. You all are going to continue to bless us. We're going to continue to refer people back. It's just a system that keeps on giving. And just know that what you're doing really works and it really matters. Like this is not fake. This is not cap. This is not paid programming. We just really appreciate what you're doing. And it's all about the next level. I can't wait till we get this school going. Y'all, I mean, it's big things popping. So I just want, if there's any inkling of imposter syndrome or doubt or fear or questioning, just know it's giving what it's supposed to give. And we love you for it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, if you are interested, if you've been watching this and you're interested in joining CAU or figuring out what is it that we doing over here, you can go to the paidadplaybook.com. That's paid, PAID, adplaybook.com, where we kind of detail out our 5x5x25 system. You can see what we use to kind of roll everything out. Of course, if you are anywhere close, we'd love to have you at our Client Attraction Made Easy. That's normally one Saturday every quarter where we do a whole day where all we do is talk to our clients and show you exactly like the back offices of how the system all works. Ms. Shenoria, how do they find you, beautiful?
Oh, well, if you want to get and stay married, then all you have to do is go to getandstaymarried.com and you will find me, boo.
Oh, what a great URL. I didn't know that. I've never heard that. That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
I want to keep it simple. But you can also find me on every social media network. I am Shenoria, Shanoria, the confident one, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, everywhere.
What's the difference between you and mega successful coaches and consultants with a dream business? Simple. They're getting more leads than you are. What if there was a way to get 50 to 100 leads every single day like clockwork? Would you want it? Then go to www.getdailyclients.com to access our paid ad playbook that has brought in millions of leads for our clients over the years on complete autopilot.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.